Hi, it's Mark from Saphrox Studios. Today we're going to take a look at Trem Spring Ring. Spring ring is when the springs in the back of your trem continue to resonate after you've tried to stop your strings from ringing. So basically you get this kind of spring reverb that's kind of naturally created within your guitar's body. Here is the springs by themselves. And as you can see, it's got quite a long decay on it. Now, if you're trying to get a kind of very djenty, kind of stop-starty tone, then having that ringing inside the body is going to affect what's going on out through your output. If we just take a look at your strings, you can still hear that spring resonant in the background. So I'm not even playing a chord or anything. I'm just muting all the strings and it's just echoing on. So basically what we need to do is stick something over those springs to dampen them. Now we can use like a cloth of some sort, a duster for instance, old sock, whatever you want. I'm going to go for a washing up sponge. So I've been out to the shop and I have purchased some wonderful washing up sponges, which I can then chop up, and I'm going to cut it to size so it fits in that little back plate just there. Stick the plate over the top, lock it all together and see if we get a difference. Right, so I cut my my little bit of sponge up, and that should fit just neatly just in there. And what we're going to do, put the plate back on and see if we get any difference in the way that it acoustically sounds in the room. Alrighty, so basically plate is now back on and the sponge is now in there. So let's see if we've got a difference in the way we get the resonance. So here we go. And we still have a little bit of tone going on. Where is that coming from? I'm wondering if the sponge that's in there is not going to give us enough pressure against the back plate, and therefore the spring is kind of maybe being held up and one can to ring a little bit more. So I'm going to put another sponge in there, see if that makes a difference. So I can see that there is quite a there's probably a couple of 2 mil gap between the top of the wood and where the sponge is sitting. So if we just cut another bit of foam just to lay over the top and see how we do there. Right, so now we've got both sponges in the back of our trem plate and everything's all back together again. So let's see if we have lost that spring ring, which I'm sure we have. Yeah, it's pretty dead. There is a little bit of a resonance, but we do still have lengths of strings, which are going to create a little bit of a spring reverb, as well as the springs on the headstock. I could dampen those up, but I don't think they're going to make much difference to what we're doing right now. So we're going to stick this through a high gain amp. So with a high gain amp, if you're not using any gate whatsoever, you're going to get quite a lot of hiss. So here we go. We are going to take this straight back. So volume's down on my guitar. This is general hissy noise. Which is not nice. So let's stick a little bit of a gate on, and just to reduce that down. Right, there we go. Well, it's not going as dead as I want it. Now, unfortunately, I know with the gate that I've got here that if I start to add any more, I'm going to start losing a little bit of tone, and I don't want to lose it. It saps the gain out and starts to almost reduce the signal overall rather than just closing when I want silence. So I'm going to stick another gate in front and just kind of blend the two together a little bit. So here we go. Secondary gate. There you go. I think that's much better. Any sort of hissing that we might get in between if I was in a studio state, quite easily to strip the silence out. In a live state, I think that's fairly usable. So yeah, just by sticking some simple kitchen sponge in the back, we're getting a much better tone and much better control. Be great to hear from you if you have tried this and it's solved something for you, or even if you have experienced any issues. I can imagine that the springs might sometimes catch, and that might mean that the tuning doesn't reset as it is. Only time's gonna tell. You may find a better solution. If you do have one, remember, write it down in the comment section below. Let everybody know. We're all here to help. It's just giving ideas and sharing ideas. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Remember, we have a load more tuition videos, tips and tricks videos and guides, etc. on the YouTube channel. So do subscribe. It'd be great to see you again. I've been Mark, Saphrox Studios. Take care.